of his Speedway Chevy Power Triple X. From Warsaw, Missouri, here is Riley Kreisel. Kreisel working his way through 1 and 2, trying to get after it here early. Slides up the track a little bit, Pat, on the exit of 2. He'll work his way down the backstretch.
Yeah, Riley Kreisel, 20.452. He's a 3-time World Series champion, Rookie of the Year in that series back in 2015, and great success in the All-Stars Midget Series.
Checkered flag waves for Kreisel to 19.938. First car of 33 to take time here as he tries to get that left front to sit back down, sits hard on the right rear. We move on to our second car here out on track, driving the number 5T. As I find him, there we go, 5X rather, from Phoenix, Arizona, driving for Zach Parker with Mears Mechanical, Michael Most Trucking, and Steffi Excavating on the side of his DRC with a Pontiac underneath the hood. Here is Ty Mahako, and I missed the green flag the first time by. They're getting it straight out of the chute here, so Mahako's already seen the green his first lap, a 20.790. That's not enough to take over Kreisel.
Mahako's had some great success in the Southwest with the ASC non-wing series, etc. He's won the Copper on Dirt race down in the state of Arizona, and he's a regular on the local bull rings of Indiana.
Ty Mahako coming around to see the checkered flag, giving a young man his first chance working on a sprint car tonight, as Keegan Flatt going to help out on the 5X of Ty Mahako. Lap number 2, a 20.704. So Kreisel stays alive early here as we get ready to roll on. That looks like the 14 AJ of Davey Ray, as I do believe we were scheduled to see Swanson or Thorson roll out. They're still going to go to the driveline troubles on Tanner Thorson. So here is the 14 AJ, Davenport, Iowa, driving for Fat Pro, Ray Pro, Checkered Flag Tavern, Bull Tab Kings, and Miller High Life on the side of his Ray Pro Mopar on the DRC. Lap number 1 for Davey Ray is a 20.792. So he third quick out of the 3 cars so far here.
If you checked in with Scott Delosio and Chris Holt early in the year, you know he looked exceptionally well in USAC CRA competition. And as I said, he's won 2 local sprint car events this year in Indiana.
Lap number 2 for Davey Ray at 20.191. That's good enough to slot him into second between Kreisel and the 5X of Ty Mahako. We roll on now to our next car out on track, driving the number 5N for KO Motorsports with a Fitzgerald Peterbilt Roadworks and Cam 2 on the side of his new DRC with a J&D Chevy underneath the hood from Chapin, Illinois. Paul Nienheiser coming off his first non-wing win just a few weeks ago back in Jacksonville.
Now comes in the 10th position in points with 10 starts. He's got 1 top 5. That came at Theodora Speedway.
Lap 1 for Nienheiser at 20.506. That's good enough for third early on here. Kreisel, the time to beat with a 19.938. Kreisel in the number 91 up on top. Boy, Nienheiser throws it into 3 right there.
Oh, absolutely. The former MOA Series champion has taken to this non-wing action well.
Does it help him out? Yeah, a little, but not enough to move out of P3. Nienheiser, a 20.366. He slots in behind Ray, right in front of Ty Mahako. Rolling on here next, it looks like we've got the number 24V, the driver from Woodbury, Minnesota, driving for Brian Van Meveren with Van Meveren Law, Wingo Brothers Racing, and a J&D Chevy underneath the hood of his Maxim 24V of Brian Van Meveren. He's got that left front way up in the air. Let's see what lap number 1 is here. Brian Van Meveren, a 20.812 as he's going to work the high side through 1 and 2.
Yeah, he is an attorney by trade as he goes down the back straightaway. I think he won a Heartland Racing Association event up in the upper Midwest this year in the native state of Minnesota. He was a regular with us a couple years ago.
Lap number 2 for Van Meveren. He improves to a 20.518. It's good enough for fourth out of the 5 cars to qualify again. Kreisel, the time to beat with a 19.938. Here he comes out on track now, 3-time and defending series champion with the USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car Series with Fat Ed's Eyewear, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, and Telstar on the side of his Triple X with the Ryder Chevy underneath the hood, driving for Dynamics Incorporated from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Here is the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Lap 1 for Bacon here. P2, it's a 20.172. Do you think he's got anything here for Kreisel, Pat?
Oh, I think he absolutely does. This gentleman has made 370 starts in USAC competition, 37 wins, 179 times he's been in the top 5.
Let's see what Bacon's got for him across the line. Quick time! Bacon to the top, 19.988. 20.495. That championship point lead is there for a reason.
No doubt about that. That's a great lap, and that's going to be a tough one to top.
Rolling out next onto the track, driving the number 39 for Goodnight Racing with Lumber and Things, Pallet Builders, and Bennick Enterprises on the side of his Maxim with a Claxton Chevy putting down the horsepower from Winchester, Indiana. Here is Matt Goodnight.
We'll see him tomorrow night for sure. He was 5th at USAC Silver Crown points a year ago. Big Matt Goodnight.
Matt Goodnight at the line, 7 cars to qualify. He currently sits 7th after lap number 1, a 21.458. He definitely didn't look stellar coming out of turn 4. I surmise we'll see a much quicker lap this time by.
Well, it's interesting because we got to look at the cockpit with a great shot, and he is absolutely sawing at the wheel trying to get that car where he wants it to go.
A 21.4 first time by. He picks it up to a 21 flat, but Matt Goodnight will stay in the 7th position. Brady Bacon, your new driver on top. So Goodnight, your 7th car to qualify here. Rolling out onto the track next. Here is the number 6 for Eberhard Zierzau Racing with Yokohama Tires. Clouser Auto Repair on the side of his Claxton Chevy powered DRC from Auburn, Illinois. Driver, the number 6, it's Mario Clouser.
Had great success on the pavement early in his career. Last year, he was 2nd or 3rd in war points with a couple of victories to his credit.
Lap 1 for Clouser is a good one. It's a 20.815. That's enough to put him 7th out of the 8 cars to roll here. He works the middle of turns 1 and 2, tracks well down the back straightaway, and we'll see how aggressive he gets with throwing it into 3. Everybody really uses up that right rear on lap number 1.
Whoa!
He gets way up the track on the exit of 4. At the line, does it help him or does it hurt him? It hurts him.
Yeah.
He slows down to a 20.998.
Get some style points from the Russian judge, but that did not help his time.
It never does, Pat.
Right.
It never seems to. Rolling out onto the track, we talked about him during hot laps. He scored his first win of the 2021 season back at BAPS on Saturday in Pennsylvania during the Keystone Invasion, driving the number 77M for Michael Motorsports with Kodiak Products, Gray Auto, and Valvoline on the side of his Cressman Ford-powered DRC from Greenfield, Indiana. Here he is, C.J. Leary. Leary's first lap, a 20.918. That's good enough for 8th out of the 9 cars early.
Yeah, and C.J. Leary is inching closer to his 300th career start. He's at 297 if he makes the field tonight, with 88 top 5s to go with those 12 career victories. Former TQ champion, Lawrenceburg Speedway King as well.
Leary looked really good rolling through 3 and 4, and he is good. 19.972. Leary goes from 8th up to 3rd on his 2nd lap. That's getting it done.
Yep.
As we continue to roll on here, the number 47 on track next. I like Pat's nickname for him, Chargin' Charles from Buckeye, Arizona, driving for Davis Race Team with NP Environmental, Black Magic Bead Breaker, RSS Industries with an Ott Chevy underneath his DRC. Here is Charles Davis Jr. Lap 1 for Davis Jr. Going to put him 7th. Not a bad lap there, Pat.
Oh, he's an outstanding racer who has many victories in the USAC Southwest Series. His wife has been very involved, and throughout the racing circuit in Arizona, she is known as Woman. There's a story how that got started.
I'm sure there is. Charles Davis Jr. 2nd lap, he improves to a 20.274. That is good enough for 5th, a 20.274. Bacon still on top of the 19.495. Looks like another one of the Goodnight Racing cars out on track now. It's the number 22, driving the 22 for Goodnight Racing with Lumber and Things, Pallet Builders, Bennick Enterprises on the side of his Claxton Chevy powered Maxim from Ben Grove, California. Pat talked about him already. He's a winner with the CRA out on the West Coast. Amid a touch of controversy, here is Chase Johnson. Johnson's first lap, not bad. It's a 20.805, 20.805 for Johnson. That's good enough for 9th.
He was the youngest ever to win an event at the Petaluma Speedway, which is really just a few miles south of his Ben Grove, California home. He's a tremendous story, and I invite you to sort of check out his story at some point at your leisure.
Lap number 2 is going to be an improvement as he picks up a spot. Johnson goes to a 20.410, 7th quick on his 2nd lap here for Chase Johnson. Now on track, driving the number 39 BC. We talked about this guy going for a big ride just a few nights ago at Kokomo Speedway for Clausen Marshall Newman Racing with Driven to Save Lives Z-Max and CSI on the side of his Spike with a Kistler Chevy. Underneath the hood from Rossville, Indiana, here he is, Cole Bodine. Bodine's first lap at the line. Let's see how it looks. A 21.185. That's 12th quick out of the 12 cars we've seen so far.
Of course, we associated Cole Bodine with midgets so often. Had great success in the BC 39, but he has looked stout in a sprint car this year.
Bodine tracking well off of turn number 4, gets it pointed in the right direction. He improves and he picks up. He goes from 12th to 5th, a 20.269. Cole Bodine looking really good here on lap number 2. Next out on track, he's a 2-time winner here at Terre Haute Speedway, and he won the Hulman Classic back in, or I'm sorry, actually finished second in the Hulman Classic here in 2013 from Ione, California, driving the NOS Energy Drink, sponsored number 4 for Top Motorsports, JG, Justin Grant. Justin Grant's first lap of 20.228. That's good enough for 5th here. That thing starts to stand up on those rear Hoosiers as he gets on the loud pedal through 2. He pitches it hard into turns 3 and 4. He's right down there, right against the Armco barrier. So track up off the exit of 4. At the line, does he improve? No. Grant actually backs off to a 20.556, so he stays in 5th.
As a very young man, he worked at Jimmy Sills' driving school. And Jimmy Sills, whose birthday is today, the Hall of Famer is here with his wife, Cheryl, here at the Terre Haute Action Track. So a shout out to them.
Happy birthday to Jimmy Sills. That's really awesome. Terre Haute's very own Brandon Mattox on track now, the number 28, with Joe Bearden's Sons. Bear balls and dirt tracks on the side of his DRC with a J&D Chevy. Brandon Mattox, lap 1. How's it look? 20.859. That's good enough for 13th.
Last year's most improved drivers made 73 previous USAC sprint car starts. And how good was it for him to pick up that 5th at Pat's Valley Speedway? That just brought a smile to this guy's face. A great privateer, Brandon Mattox.
Brandon Mattox at 20.859. He improves to a 20.653, picks up 2 spots in the order. He goes from 13th to 11th, 20.653 for Brandon Mattox. Out on track next. We talked about this driver scoring his first win of the season. He scored wins in other sanctioned series, but he got it done with us back at the class track in Hobstock, Indiana, driving the number 3R Rocksteady Racing. Meveren Project Oversight on the side of his Mach 1 with a Cummins Chevy from Princeton, Indiana. Kyle Cummins' first lap is a 20.299. That's 8th quick here, Pat.
Absolutely, a 10-time USAC winner. That Mach 1 chassis is built by an outstanding racer from the East Coast named Mark Smith, who was a dominant 360 pilot. He's a rare customer in this part of the country for Mark.
He was getting jiggy with it through 3 right there, and it pays off. Cummins picks up a spot and goes to P4, 19.977. Kyle Cummins, good enough for 4th here early on.
You know, he is not a one-trick pony. He's great at Tri-State, but he's great at a lot of places.
Rolling out onto the speedway next, in the number 33M for Ray Marshall Motorsports with Buckeye Machine and Hempy Water on the side of his Gressman Chevy Power DRC from Pleasantville, Ohio. Here he is, Matt Westfall, the tricycle, as he kicks the left front up through 3 and 4. First lap here for Westfall. Let's see how it looks at 20.915. That's 15th out of 16 here on lap 1.
33 top 10s in his career that is marked by 132 career starts and a victory. Very talented and versatile driver, Big Matt Westfall, has been outstanding at the Chili Bowl in his career.
20.915. Westfall improves and picks up 2 spots. Westfall improves to a 20.691. He goes from 15th to 13th, the 33M of Westfall. Rolling out onto the track next here. Who do we got? The number 24. This driver hails from Rosedale, Indiana, driving for Kenny McMillin with Springfield Pepsi Cola. Dennis Trucking and Excavating on the side of his J&D Chevy powered DRC. Aboard that number 24 here is rookie Nate McMillin.
Yeah, well, Nate for many years had Pepsi colors on his car. Switch up this year.
Nate McMillan's first lap, a 21.608. That is 17th out of the 17 cars to take time here in Fatheads Eyewear qualifying as we inch towards that halfway mark in time trials. 21.608. Can he improve here on lap number 2? Let's see.
He's second in Lincoln Park Speedway championship points this year.
He does improve to a 21.180. It's an improvement, but not enough to move him past Matt Goodnight. Nate McMillin stays 17th. On the track next, it is going to be the number 19X from Terre Haute, Indiana, right here driving for Joe Stewart with Kittner Concessions, Clinton Tire Exhaust on the side of his twister with a Ram Chevy underneath the hood. Joe Stewart from right here in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Now, Joe Stewart was with us on one occasion at Terre Haute Action Track last year. Just trying to put a lap in.
So Stewart has picked up the green flag, his first lap, a 26.852, and as you said it, Pat, he's just trying to get laps in here and figure that car out.
A little snap, crackle, and pop as he came down the front straightaway.
Stewart working his way down the back straightaway through 3 and 4, and I don't think people get how hard it is to drive a sprint car around a place this big. I mean, heck, it's hard to drive him anywhere. It's hard to drive him on iRacing. He gets on the loud pedal right there at the end, and he improved.
Yep.
Picked up speed.
Yeah, his uncle's a longtime race official, former USAC flagman Billy Shipman. He's one of the original flagmen of the second generation 16th Street Speedway.
We roll on now to our first race winner of the 2021 season back at Bubba Raceway Park down in Ocala, Florida. This driver hails from Cullman, Alabama. He drives for KT Motorsports with Dr. Pepper, McDonald's, and KT Construction Services on the side of his DRC with a Speedway Chevy underneath the hood. Some call him KTJ. We call him Kevin Thomas Jr. First lap in the books here. Let's see what KTJ's got for him. 20.454. That is good enough for 11th here, Pat.
Well, let's see if Kevin Thomas Jr. can improve here. He's awfully good at racetracks just like this. He's got 29 career USAC victories, and as we indicated, this has been a redemption year for Kevin Thomas Jr. after a character builder last year.
A character builder. I like that a lot. Kevin Thomas Jr.'s second lap here as we scroll down race monitor. He does improve. He goes from 11th to 9th with a 20.360. Rolling out onto the track next, it will be our 20th car to take time here in Fat Ed's Eyewear qualifying. Looks to be the number 11L from Oxnard, California, with the beautiful foundation and Jonah's skate spot, as well as country on the side of his Velocity with a stencil Chevy underneath the hood. Here he is, Ricky Lewis. Lewis's first lap at the line at 21.533, 19th out of 20 after lap number 1.
Yeah, Ricky Lewis, who has won this year at Lawrenceburg Speedway and at Twin Cities Raceway Park in North Vernon. In many ways, his dog is the rock star of the pit area. There's no question about that.
Indy.
Yeah, he'll go fast. There's no doubt about that.
He kicks it out a little bit. The car gets tight on him through 3 and 4. Lewis's second lap is an improvement. It's a 21.399. He and Indy are going to have to debrief when he gets back. Rolling out on the track next, here is the number 5 from Baldwin Fox, Curb Agajanian with Fox Paving, Mesilla Valley Transportation on the side of his DRC with a Claxton Chevy underneath the hood. Filling in for the People's Champ from Sutter, California, here he is. Oh, Seavey with some trouble through 3 and 4. The front end did not bite the way he wanted it to. That's going to kill lap number 1 for Seavey. Seavey's first lap, a 22.311. And now it's up to him to rebound on lap 2.
You know, given the fact he's coming off of consecutive victories, Tony, I want to put him as a top 5 qualifying possibility. Now, how much did that lap even affect number 2? That's going to be the question.
Let's see at the line, a 23.3. Big improvement here as he goes to P2, 19.902. That deserves a round of applause.
That's a veteran right there.
Stumbles on lap number 1, but he makes up for it on lap number 2. The reigning NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series champion and your most recent member of the USAC Triple Crown Champions Club on a track now, driving the number 19 for Brody Hayward and Hayward Motorsports, NOS Energy Drink, B&H Contractors, and Amsoil on the side of his Claxton Mopar Power DRC. From Canton, Illinois, it's Big Daddy, Chris Windom.
There have been 168 points-paying USAC sprint car events at this racetrack. Jack Hewitt and Gary Bettenhausen have won 8. Who's next on that list? This guy. Chris Windom with 6.
Windom's first lap, not bad at all. 10th quick with a 20.359. How's it look here? Does he improve? Yes, he does. P2 for Big Daddy, 19.884. Windom knocks Seavey off a second. I think the track's starting to come
How
back.
about that? Well, they're good race drivers, but the track may be getting a little quicker. We'll know something here.
Chase Stockon on the track next, driver of the 5S from Fort Branch, Indiana, driver for KO Motorsports with Hudson John Deere, Superior Tank and Trailer with Ravens on the side of his DRC. Here we go, Chase Stockon rolling out onto the track next. He's a Sprint Week Series champion. He knows how to get around Terre Haute. Stockon's first lap, a 21.046. A 19th quick here, lap number 1.
Yeah, he wants to get that chassis sorted out as a 351 time starter with 14 career victories. Chase Stockon coming towards Tom Hansing's checkered flag.
Chase Stockon's second lap, he moves up quite a few spots, still go to 13th on the time charts, 20.366 Stockon, 13th after his 2 laps. Rolling out onto the track next, it's going to be the number 98 from Jasonville, Indiana, driving for Brandon Morin with Midwest Satellite, Crow Equipment, and Dottie Cinnamon Rolls. I could go for one of those on the side of his DRC with his J&D Chevy. Underneath the hood, here he is, Brandon Morin, lap number 1 for the driver of the number 98. Is going to be a 21.884. That's good enough for 23rd out of 24.
Dottie Cinnamon Rolls is a family concern. He's a former MSCS Rookie of the Year, Brandon Morin.
Just getting through turns 3 and 4. I wouldn't say conservatively, but he's not pushing. Oh, there he is. Right as I start to say he's not getting too crazy with it, he gets a little crazy with it. Lap 2 is an improvement to a 21.588, but he will stay in the 23rd position on track. So here we go, your most recent winner with the USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car Series, driving the number 12 from Rockland, California. Again, he picked up that win back at Eldora Speedway with Suburban Subaru, Berks Western Telecom on the side of his Triple X with an odd Chevy that he had cranking out the Hearst Purs last weekend or 2 weekends ago at Eldora. Robert Ballou, lap number 1 at 20.810. That's good enough for 19th.
That's interesting because he came out of the chute like he was shot out of a cannon. He's a back-to-back winner in the Hulman Classic, and that is a rare feat indeed in the 50 previous runnings of this event.
Ballou enters tonight, sitting 4th in the championship standings. Is he going to get helped in qualifying? He improves on lap number 2. He goes from 19th to 16th. Ballou, a 20.575. Robert Ballou, 16th. Moving on down the line here, just a few cars left to go in this one. On track next, the number 17 for Bilbee Motorsports with Bennett Lodging, Bilbee's RV service and supply with a J&D Chevy underneath his DRC. The driver of the number 17 from Indianapolis, Indiana, here is Nick Bilbee.
Nick Bilbee, a Lawrenceburg Speedway track champion, 17. It's his team with his dad.
Bilbee's first lap, a 20.838. That puts him right behind Mario Clouser and in front of Matt Goodnight. Bilbee, 21st here after lap number 1. We'll see if he can improve as he works really well through 3, tries to get as much as he can on the exit of 4, gets on the loud pedal underneath Tom Hansing's checkered flag. He picks up 1 spot thanks to a lap of 20.709.
So just about 5 or 6 left to go. It is going to be tough to upseat the top of the queue.
Rolling out onto the track next, our 27th driver to take time here in Fatheads Eyewear qualifying, driving the number 34 with Jeff's Jam It In Storage and Hoosier Tire on the side of his DRC with a Kistler Chevy underneath the hood all the way from Tempe, Arizona. Here is Sterling Kling. Kling's first lap at the line, jumps up to P22. It's a lap of 21.066. It's probably warmer in Arizona right now, Pat, but I doubt it's as humid.
I think that's a pretty good guess.
So Kling works his way through 3, rolls it really well, gets that car to sit down right where he wants it through 4. One of the better exits that I've seen so far here in Fatheads Eyewear qualifying, yet it does not help him. He backs it off to a 21.264. Kling stays in 22nd. So 27 cars to take time so far here. Brady Bacon still on top with a 19.495. We talked to this driver during our pre-race show hosted by Christy Bemis and Drake York, driving the 01 for DLSEO Motorsports with A&D Motorsports Products and Boyce Industries on the side of his Claxton Mopar powered Ripper from Apollo Beach, Florida. It's Anthony DLSEO. Anthony's first lap, it's a 21.188. The driver from Florida, 25th quick. It might be slightly more humid in Florida.
Yeah,
Pat.
it might be. 2016 Top Gun Sprint Car Series Rookie of the Year, Southern Sprint Car Shootout Rookie of the Year the next season before bringing his program to Indiana. Anthony DeLessio.
21.188 first time. He improves to a 20.918. He picks up a few spots. DLSEO at 20.918. He's good enough for 22nd on the leaderboard here in qualifying, getting towards the bottom of the order now. Rolling out on track next, the number 29 for RMB Motorsports with Disaster Graphics, Windom Concrete, and Getty Lawn Care on the side of his DRC with an RRE Chevy underneath the hood from Saybrook, Illinois. Here is the 29 of Mitch Wissmiller.
2002 MSCS champion, Mitch Wissmiller.
Wissmiller's first lap at 21.910. That puts car number 29 in P28. Again, a 21.910 for Wissmiller.
Again, he was the fast qualifier here at the Terre Haute Action Track. 2015.
At the line, we'll see if Wissmiller can improve 21.91, and he picks up almost a full second, over a full second. He goes 20.877. Again, 20.877. That's good enough for 22nd quick here. Again, as we near the bottom of our running order here, out on track next, driving the number 17G for On the Gas Racing with Vitech Resource Management and Cratchy's Cartage. I don't know what that is on the side of his Maxim with a J&D Chevy underneath the hood from Loomis, California. Here he is, 17G, Max Adams. Adams' first lap, good enough for 18th quick here as he goes out deep in the order, a 20.677 Adams 18th.
Former USAC CRA Rookie of the Year, last year's Gas City Speedway champion. He scored a victory this year at Lawrenceburg, has relocated up to Marion, Indiana, and that got my attention.
Yeah, I think it got his attention as well, and no surprise, Adams does not improve on lap number 2, a 21.219, but his best lap of 20.677 keeps Adams right there in front of the top 20. Rolling out onto the track next, driving the number 21 AZ for Team AZ Racing with USW, Cat Construction, RSS Industries, CSI, and Lucas Oil on the side of his DRC with a one-way Chevy underneath the hood all the way from Anaheim, California. Here is Jake Swanson. Swanson's first lap jumps up pretty far, 17th quick for Swanson, a 20.612.
Back-to-back with California drivers who are recent drivers to relocate to Indiana. As we mentioned earlier, Jake now lives in Danville, Indiana, along with his wife.
Let's see what it can do here for Jake Swanson. What do it do? He's going to improve again and go to 20.398. Jake Swanson good enough for 14th here in Fatheads Eyewear qualifying as we near the end.
It's like one left.
Yeah, one left here, and this is the driver that we saw have troubles in turns 1 and 2. He's going to get one lap. One lap for missing his original spot in the qualifying order. We understand driveline failure is what gave way on the 19 AZ of Tanner Thorson from Minden, Nevada. So this will be it. He's going to get one shot at it here. The driver of the 19 AZ slides up just a little bit on the exit of 4. How does it look here for Tanner Thorson as we scroll the timing board? 26th quick. 28th, a 21.102. Thorson, his single lap, a 21.102. That puts him 28th on the board. But Pat, are you surprised? It's the number 69, the Macho Man, Brady Bacon, getting quick time here.
And significantly, Tony, that is his 40th Fatheads Eyewear fast qualifying effort. It surpasses that mark that was tied with Levi Jones.
I know that guy, and it's an important point to bring up. Richie Murray included this in his pre-event story, but every year that Brady Bacon has scored quick time in qualifying here at the Hulman Classic, he has gone on to win that year's national championship. Is this quick time award a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for, foreshadowing?
Yeah, prophetic, we'll see.
I don't know, we will see, but that will do it. There you see it, Brady Bacon, your Fatheads Eyewear quick time award winner. He is now $100 richer thanks to our friends at Fatheads. Chris Windom was second quick. Logan Seavey, Riley Kreisel, CJ Leary, your Fast 5. Kyle Cummins 6th, Davey Ray 7th. Grant, Bodine, and Charles Davis Jr. Great lap for Davis Jr. He rounds out the top 10.
By the way, Tony, ProSource, our great fans, have put up $500 Passing Magic Award for the driver who passes the most cars in tonight and tomorrow night's Sumar Classic combined. So big thanks to ProSource. Some additional money for this weekend.
And Buck is here. We're very happy. He was having a cigar during the driver's meeting, so he's ready to relax. We got modifieds coming out onto the track here next, and if you're watching live on Flow, we're going to turn it over to the modifieds, but folks, stay tuned. It's going to be a great night of racing here at Terre Haute.
Thank you very much, Tony. Absolutely beautiful way to start off the 2021 week of Indy here with